Guys, welcome back to Wayward Son Custom. We are here in somewhat beautiful Las Vegas. We're at SHOT Show, of course, and today I'm going to be joined by Fred from Case Knives. I'm really excited about this because I know a lot of you out there are thinking Case Knives, you know, that's my grandfather's knife. You're thinking trappers and stuff like that. But I think Fred's going to surprise you here because they have a couple of at least a couple of new lines that are coming out that are going to tap into some of their, shall we say, underserved markets in the past. I think you're going to be impressed by some of their EDC and tactical offerings that they have out now. And I don't know, maybe Fred will pull something else out of his, out from his sleeve and really impress us. But anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Fred here in just a second, and he'll run you through. Without further ado, here is Fred, the resident Case knife guru.
Thanks, John. Well, I'm going to start out showing you folks some of the newer Case knives that have come out in recent years. The first one here, this copper-colored handle, is a Marilla, and it is the first of several new modern EDCs that we come out with. This was launched in 2021. This particular design won the Blade Show American Made Knife of the Year honors that year. So
wow.
We're pretty proud to have come out with our very first modern EDC after investing heavily in the equipment, machinery it took, and engineering know-how that it took for us to make our first modern EDC. It's quite a diversion from, you know, our
what everybody associates when they think of Case. I think what you just pulled out from underneath the table is what they think of.
Yeah.
And
we're never going to stop making those. We're still going to make just as many of those as we always have, because that's what we know we've always done best for the past 130 years. But
and that's the nice thing is too many companies abandon their roots just to try to keep up with the Joneses. So it's really nice when you have I don't know, maybe the best way to put it is one foot in the gutter, one fist in the gold. Yeah, I mean, looking forward, looking behind. I think you understand what I'm saying. It's really nice to see that Case isn't one of those companies that abandons a decades upon decades upon decades legacy just for the sake of pandering to a new trend. And these days, I think you would probably agree with me, and I think the viewers out there will too, that is something that is all too common these days. There's too many companies, too many people that abandon their legacy, they abandon their integrity just for the sake of following along. And so,
amen.
Long-winded way of saying it's kind of nice to see you guys moving forward without leaving anything behind.
Thank you for that. So after we did this Marilla, so this is a aluminum handle, S35VN steel blade, and a G10 inlay. On the other side, there's a deep carry steel pocket clip, and this is a frame lock. So this is the Marilla.
And that's a very nice action on that. Is that ball bearings or?
It is ball bearings. It's a cage steel ball bearing.
Awesome.
And it's some jipping here on the blade. See some nice swedging here as well.
Very nice, very nice.
So from that pattern, we move on to the Kinzu. This was the next one. Now this one doesn't have an inlay on it. It has a triple faceted handle, and we've done these in many different colors now. And we've started to apply different deco techniques to this Tanto blade. This also comes in we also offer this knife in a spear blade as well. So again, it's a frame lock design, same ball bearing technology. Open that.
And just from looking at it, I'm assuming aluminum handle,
same aluminum
scales.
Yep, anodized aluminum handle. Same. Yep, except there's no G10 inlay here. It's just
inlay. Yeah.
This is faceted here. That's the difference there.
Awesome, and I love a good Tanto blade. So.
Yep, and like I said, this model also comes in a spear blade too. It's like has a drop point look to it.
Yeah, so you might as well just get both.
That's right. The next one that came out was called the Westline, and so this is our very first ever assisted opener. And we originally did this with anodized aluminum as well, but we've since moved on to other handle materials like this carbon fiber, and you'll find carbon fiber versions of these as well, these other models. So I'll demonstrate this. So this is a liner lock. Same deep carry pocket clip here, but opens with a...
And now, using the carbon fiber for the scales versus the aluminum, I assume there's a certain amount of weight savings?
Yes, absolutely. Well? Yep. Still well balanced. Very well balanced. But yeah.
And I love the amount of jimping, too. A lot of times you get like one or two lines, and you wind up with your thumb almost on the blade.
Yeah, that's right.
Like almost all the way on the business end. And so that's really nice.
Most of the blades that don't have deco on them are all stone wash finish. So.
Well, and a lot of times you don't wind up with any jimping on the bottom, or if you do, it's
right.
very abbreviated also.
That's pretty handy to have, especially with a blade shaped this, that's shaped this way.
Right.
It's pretty important to have that extra.
Yeah, because you can really choke up on that choil, and
that's right.
And yeah, I like it. To me, that makes it very multifaceted, where instead of it just being fitting one niche where you can do one job with it, you can actually, with the jimping where it's at and everything, I can see you, if you had to, impromptu, dice up a nice little chunk of celery and make a salad or whatever you needed to. By the same token, also defend yourself if you needed to, and anything in between.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. So the next set of things I was going to show you kind of shows the continued evolvement that we're experiencing. So this is a new line that we call the bridge line. And once we started making these modern EDCs, we realized we were using the equipment well, we were producing good product, and we've always had sort of a dream of sort of modernizing the case slip joint. And again, we'll never stop making these, but we're just trying to stretch our capabilities here. So what would a modernized, trapper or Barlow might, what would it look like? And
right.
The answer here for us was this longhouse.
Awesome.
So this, we call these knives, they're part of the Bridgeline series. We called it the Bridgeline because it bridges the gap between case heritage design and modern made. So
it makes sense.
So this is a CPM 20 CV blade. And it has the same sort of satin stonewash finish. Also has an aluminum frame, and this one is an OD green micarta handle. It's a very handsome looking knife. To me, it looks a lot like a Barlow.
Right.
Right. Sort of.
And with the micarta, you even have the. If you're so inclined, if you decide, like for instance, if you don't like that color, you could easily dye it. You can, if you oil it, it'll change the color of the patina on it and everything. So you could really, it's a really nice knife, in my opinion, to where if you want to change the look of it, it'll take you 30 seconds. You don't really need to be a knife smith or know really much about a knife to actually take care of it. And at the same token, if you want to leave it the way it is, it's a very nice looking knife to be, as is, straight from you guys. So
great
way.
Great point. Just going to show another model that has a black burlap micarta handle. So this is a flipper as well. It has a liner lock. It's a front flipper, so works very smooth.
It was very smooth.
Give you a good look at the design.
Yeah, to me that is what I would call simple elegance. It has nice lines. It's a good looking knife. It's not one that's just going to jump out and somebody's going to think it's like super sexy, but it's a nice looking knife, very more elegant than flashy. And
agreed. Yeah, we didn't want to overdo it.
Really nicely done.
Thank you. So those are the longhouse knives. The other pattern that we've added to the bridge line is called this is the high banks. And all of these knives, these modern EDCs, and these these Bridgeline knives, they're all named after popular recreational areas around Bradford, around our factory. So, give a little love to our home.
That's awesome.
This one has a half stop.
You don't see that a lot these days, do you?
No, I mean we do it with some of our slip joint knives, but yeah, and it's really solid. I mean, it really locks up nice, and you can hear it click when it goes in the handle.
Yeah, very, very positive.
Yeah, beautiful rosewood handle, and it's a very thin layer of rosewood, so we tried to make it as lean as we could. Has a deep carry steel pocket clip, and this model happens to have a lanyard hole, just for something, so you could hang it around the camp or something if you wanted to.
Right. And one of the things I really like about all three of these knives here is you can kind of see where they harken back to the roots of the company.
Sure.
The early designs.
Yes.
But in a modern way. I think naming them Bridgeline is very ingenious, because that really is what you've done, because it looks old and new at the same time to me.
Yeah, if you notice,
and that's hard to do.
Yeah, and I think again, by not trying to overdo it, we've done ourselves a real favor. This one has the nail hole, and you can open this in one hand if your hands are dexterous enough. Mine are not right now because it's very cold in here. But all screwed together design. There's no pins. Everything is solid. It's and just for a little extra elegance, there's a fluting right there on the bolster, and we've pinched these bolsters on all of these knives, so just to maintain the look.
Very nice, very nice. Now, and this may be information you're not ready to divulge yet, or maybe you are, I don't know. But one of the questions I would have is, in addition to the 85 I've already hit you with, is with the modern EDCs here, is there a plan in place, or any kind of plans to expand the line, get into some of the other types of knives, like out the front automatic knives, or any of those things that have become a little more in vogue these days?
Yeah, I think these are our first foray into the modern EDC world. We feel like we did a good job with the first few patterns, and now that we've got an assisted opener behind us, and Pennsylvania law has just changed here recently. You could never manufacture an automatic knife in Pennsylvania until just recently.
So you couldn't even manufacture, let alone own one. That's
correct. Yeah. So, but the law just changed, and we have that on our sites. That's all I'll really say about that right now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, hey, no, that works for me. I think we got the answer. And
the other thing I just wanted to point out about these, we've done a bunch of different deco techniques. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but here you got this Fomascus, DLC coat, and we're able to borrow from Zippo's deco capacities and technologies to really dress these things up. We've got knives with aluminum that have different graphics, like skulls and different themes,
right?
And they look great.
And now you've got different blade designs as far as spear point, drop point, tanto, and all that. And you, like you were saying, you have the aluminum scales. You've got micarta. You've got the carbon fiber. All the different scale types and everything. Are you guys planning on sticking with basically one or two types of steel, or is it going to be where if I get this particular knife here, I can get like one of the super steels versus a D2? Is there are you going to be able to a la carte it where you can find models that have like SV35 or N90 or Magna Cut or D2 or
yeah, we're starting to see those spring up and because we do special runs for some of our larger dealers, I know the one I own is a Smoky Mountain Knife Works knife. This has a fat carbon inlay in it, but the blade steel is MagnaCut.
Awesome.
So this is my personal.
And when you start talking MagnaCut, I don't think most people think case. So I like that. That is awesome. Yeah.
So I mean, our dealer base stretches our limits of capabilities too.
Right.
You can see the stamp. MagnaCut is stamped right in there.
And you made a very small statement that says a lot, though. I think most of the knife aficionados in America probably realize how large Smoky Mountain Knife Works is and what kind of a selection they carry. But if they're not, I guess the easiest thing to say is if you want it, they have it. And I have never seen a single ad for them, and I get their emails almost on the daily. I have not seen a single ad that hasn't included at least one case knife. So again, I'm pretty sure if you want one of these knives, and I get no kickbacks from Smoky Mountain. I just happen to have done business with them a few times, bought some things, and so if you want it, they have it. If you don't want it, then don't buy it. But if you want it, I know you're going to be able to find all these items there.
Yep.
You can probably get them elsewhere. And like I said, I'm not really trying to plug them. I want people to be able to not just see these things and hear about them. I want them to actually be able to put them in their hands.
Yep.
I want to be able to put them in my hands. So, and I don't think we can stress enough. They're not all decked out in American flags or anything. But these are made in Pennsylvania.
Every bit.
I'm assuming Pennsylvanians. But they're all American made. You don't have any outsourced materials or labor. I'm assuming all your customer service is still U.S. based, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, when you're talking about EDC, right now we're in an age where there's a lot of good knives out there, a lot of good flashlights and guns and everything. But one thing that's been lacking in my mind is the amount of American-made knives on the market that are suitable for everyday carry and some of these other tasks that maybe an old-fashioned pocket knife is not really suited for. And so that's one of the things that really excites me about these two lines is you're taking a company that has a great pedigree as far as making good quality American-made knives, and now they're making good quality American-made EDC knives. So you don't have, if you want to buy a Chinese-made knife, then it's your money. I can't spend it for you, but for my money, if I can get American-made, I generally do. And so this is giving you an option that you didn't have before.
Yeah, exactly.
You can mail the check to...
I couldn't say it any better.
Just kidding.
But it's nice to be able to give our dealers the opportunity to, ask us for something else, something that they won't find, in Case's own repertoire. They want something of their own to sell, and we believe in that philosophy. So.
Right, and I love knives. I have a large collection, and I'm not an expert by any means, but I have a large collection of them, and a lot of these knives, like I was saying, that are dominating the market right now in this particular niche, I own those knives, I carry them and everything, and I would really love, I was talking about this off camera, I would really love to be able to put an American-made knife in my pocket that does the exact same thing, and I know that I'm supporting the Keystone State versus a place I can't pronounce. Hopefully it doesn't make me sound too terrible, but, I do try to, I'm very patriotic. My viewers know that, and if you can buy American, that's what I prefer to do. So kudos to the Case. And by the way, guys, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I'm not getting paid for this. I'm getting no remuneration. This is just a product that I actually am excited about, and I think we needed. And I just like to see I like to see companies with longevity continue even longer into the marketplace. I would love it if Case or any other American company making good quality products lasted as long as Beretta. I mean, 400 or 500 years, that's insane that any company could last that long. But it would be great if we could get an American company to do that as well.
Yep. Case celebrating its 135th anniversary this year, so we're doing what we can to try to catch up.
Right. Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to go over or talk about, or you just want to tell me to shut up and let you do your thing?
No, I mean, I think that's a good cross.
Don't worry, my subscribers, my viewers, they know I don't know when to shut up, so they're used to it.
I guess the last thing I wanted to point out is we're starting to get into military and law enforcement markets, and so this is a blacked out version of the Kinzu model.
Very nice. Again, not super sexy, blow your socks off. Just very simple, elegant. You can see the quality in the build. I mean, before you even go over any of it, you can just tell. All the lines are perfect. Everything blends in where it should. I mean, just nicely laid out. Just nicely laid out. And again, I'm a sucker for a good Tanto blade, so.
Well,
so you saw me coming.
We have blacked out versions of the others as well, the Merlin and the Westline.
Now, are you going to be offering this particular model with some of the different blade finishes, like the Fomascus or anything like that?
Some of that stuff is starting to happen now. Yeah, so you're going to see.
I mean, because even a cop has to look good, right?
Sure. Yeah.
You got to have a little bit of bling there.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, is that everything, Fred, or do you have something else up your sleeve?
No, I think we're good.
You're not going to bring out the Ninja Warrior sword or a battle axe or anything?
We better build up the suspense again.
Awesome. I love it. Well, anyway, I want to thank Fred for his time. He's been very patient. He's let me run on at the mouth instead of just smacking me and taking over. Very knowledgeable, and again, this is a line I'm very excited about. I hope you guys are too. But whether you are or not, hit me up in the comments below or shoot me an email at waywardsoncustomgun@gmail.com. Let me know what you think about these. Or, hey, you can just tell me I'm an idiot. You can tell me I'm great. You can talk about how you like Wonder Bread. I really don't care. You can contact me anytime for any reason. But I do particularly want to know what you guys think about this particular line of knives, about a good American company with a great pedigree moving into the EDC niche and bringing out a more modernized product from what you may be used to. So I would really like to get some comments on that. And in the meantime, watch your six and carry on. Wayward Son out.